So, guys, welcome to your YouTube channel where you are going to learn about volcanoes and its types. So, here we will be focusing for government exams like general questions will be asked in some like SSC and UP Triple SC exams. So, this video will be in that perspective. So, here we will be going to discuss about volcanoes and its types. So, let's start. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, now we come to types of volcanoes. So first of all we have to discuss about what is volcano. So in general criteria we think about volcanoes like this, like, like volcano is like this, like a conical shape and a big crater above the top, and some ice are there. So generally we imagine about volcano like this, but all the volcanoes are not same like this. There are different kinds of volcanoes does exist. Like here it is explained like that crater on the top, little snow at the summit, some trees scattered, like there are some trees at the bottom. You know. So generally we think about a volcano like this, but this is not the actual definition or imagination of an volcano. Each type of volcano has characteristic features. There are different types of volcanoes and different types of volcano have different characteristics. Volcanoes differ in appearance, like some are tall, some are short, and because of the composition of their magma as well as of their magma, like from what materials does magma form and the process that originally created them, and by what process they are being created. So the tall cone shape you usually think, जो ये वाला volcano, generally what we imagine is a composite volcano, one common form of volcanoes. This is the most common form of volcano that we see generally or imagine generally in different places. Other types of volcanoes include shield volcano, cinder cone, and super volcano. Right? So here, lesson objectives. First, let's discuss what we are going to study here. We will describe the basic shapes of volcanoes, compare the features of volcanoes, and describe the stages in the formation of volcanoes. Okay. So first of all, basic shapes of volcanoes. Okay, let me erase it first. Yeah, done. So now we come to a first type of volcano, that is stratovolcano. Stratovolcano or composite volcano that we generally imagine. This one, snow at the summit and a crater and a very steep. This volcano is very steep. The picture below shows Mount Fuji. This is a Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is in Japan. This can also be asked in your examinations as well. As example of stratovolcano, this is an example of an stratovolcano or a composite volcano. Both are the same. Yeah, okay. Both are the synonyms of each other. This is the type of volcano many people think of when they imagine volcanoes. This is a volcano generally we think about that. Okay. Okay, let me explain you one thing. Like this volcano has a very steep height. Means this is a 2D image. So for you to see its steepness is not very possible. But yeah, this is a steep, means the height is very steep. So why? First of all, why the height is so steep? The reason is that this volcano, the stratovolcano or composite volcano, contains a very viscous lava or viscous magma. Okay, I will describe it again later, just after this. Okay, let me read it once. Whatever written here. These volcanoes have broad bases and sides and get steeper. See what I have told you. The sides are steeper, like very high. Okay, steeper as you get closer to the top. First, there is a flatness, but as you go to near to the volcano, it becomes like this. But here it is like this. So there is a difference. Like when you are away from volcano, it is very steep. Sorry, it is very flat. But as you approach the volcano, as you reach towards the volcano, it starts showing its steepness. Now let's move forward. Now you can see here that Mount Fuji is a dormant. Oh, I had explained you already. Now, a composite or stratovolcano is created by many levels of alternating materials. So this is the key word, alternating materials. You have to focus here that composite or stratovolcano is created by many levels of alternating materials. Like let us assume that this is a volcano and here a magma is trying to erupt. Okay, and this is a crater. So what happens in a composite volcano? When magma tries to erupt, a volcano tries to explode, whatever you can say, explode. So during its eruption, its magma is very viscous. It's very viscous. Okay. बाय द वे लिखने का कोई मतलब नहीं है, समझ में तो आ ही रहा है. विस्कस का मतलब होता है गाढ़ा. सो काफ़ी विस्कस होता है. सो व्हेन इट एक्सप्लोड्स ड्यू टू इट्स विस्कोसिटी, ड्यू टू इट्स हाई विस्कोसिटी, फर्स्ट it explodes in the air and then just stick to its upper part like its summit and forms a layer. After this, okay, काफ़ी ज़्यादा गंदा हो गया. Let me erase it and make a fresh diagram for you. Yeah, just a second. Yeah. This is the magma, viscous magma, which was erupted due to its explosion. Now, the remaining magma or remaining lava which is inside the volcano will start erupting slowly, and then it stick above its layer, above the surface of the magma exploded before. Okay, so it starts forming layer here, layer. So like this, and see here there are layers. So just try to explain you but the diagram is very bad, so ignore it. Just my aim is to make you understand. Okay, so now there are layers. Okay, so it is formed by many levels of alternating materials. Composite volcanoes are also called stratovolcanoes because of the alternating layers or strata. Alternating layers या फिर strata भी इसे बोला जाता है, of which they are made, मतलब कि जिससे ये बना होता है, ये alternating layer से ही बना होता है. The magma that creates stratovolcanoes tends to be more viscous, as I had explained you before that stratovolcanoes क्यों बनते हैं, because it's more viscous or thick magma. Okay, viscous lava creates greater pressure. Viscous lava क्या करता है, great pressure create करता है because due to its viscosity, which in turn tends to create explosive eruption. Wait a minute. Yeah. So creates explosive eruptions. In addition, the viscous lava cannot travel far down the sides of the. So अभी viscosity की बात हम लोगों ने कर ली. Now, as a student, you all have to note the key points. What are the key points? Alternating layers, viscous lava, strata, and its other name, composite volcano and stratovolcanoes. These are the key points. So we have to mainly focus on the key points and its concept. We don't have to learn all the paragraphs that are given. Okay, now, yeah, I explained it. Now, next, move to the next. Now here, when a stratovolcano erupts, it ejects a great deal of pyroclastic material into the air. As I had told you that जब भी एक मैग्मा सॉरी वोल्केनो इरप्ट होता है तो इसके अंदर इसके मैग्मा में पायरोक्लास्टिक मटेरियल्स होते हैं. ये भी की पॉइंट है. एग्जाम्स कैन आस्क यू दैट what materials are erupted during the explosion or eruption of composite or stratovolcanoes. So you have to you have to recall it like pyroclastic materials are erupted or ejected into the air, which then sets back down on the earth. On the earth means here. After an initial explosion, जब एक बार explosion हो जाता है, then here the pyroclastic materials are got stick, then lava then flows from the volcano creating a second layer of material. Now after first layer, the remaining lava which flows out forms the second layer. Okay, I think ये clear हो चुका होगा. As these layers solidify, जब ये layers solidify होती हैं, they create alternating levels or strata of material. They create alternating levels means layer above layer above layer. Got it? Now, ash from the volcanic eruption is also present between the lava layers along the edge of the volcano. Means ashes are also present there. Okay, ashes means rock वगैरह. Composite volcanoes are common along the Pacific Ring of Fire. ये जो composite volcanoes होते हैं ये बहुत कॉमन होते हैं पैसिफिक रिंग ऑफ फायर के अराउंड एंड अदर मेजर टेक्टोनिक प्लेट बाउंड्रीज. तो इन केस इसमें अगर पूछा जाए कि कहाँ पे प्रेजेंट होते हैं कंपोजिट वोल्केनोस, देन यू हैव टू आंसर नियर द पैसिफिक रिंग ऑफ फायर एंड मेजर टेक्टोनिक प्लेट बाउंड्रीज. सो these both places are important with respect to composite volcanoes. Which material is erupted during the composite volcano eruption? That is pyroclastic material. And why do we say it a stratovolcanoes? Because this volcano is formed due to the alternating layers or strata. That's why we say this as stratovolcano. And why this volcano forms alternating layers? Because it contains a viscous lava. So here is only 4 major key points: alternating material, viscous lava, pyroclastic materials, Pacific Ring of Fire, and major tectonic plate boundaries. I would suggest every student to note down this point in your respective copies or wherever you want to note it down. Now let's move to the next. Now after composite volcanoes, we will move toward shield volcanoes. Shield volcanoes gets their name from their shape. Actually, in this image, you can easily see that this is very flat volcano, like this, like a horizontal surface. So shield volcanoes are not so steep, like as I sorry, बहुत ज़्यादा हौच पौच हो जाता है. Okay, yeah. So shield volcanoes are generally a flat volcanoes. They are not like a composite volcanoes with steep heights, steep slopes you can say. And this is a picture of Mauna Loa volcano. You can see that shield volcanoes do not have the steep mountains. You can easily see, yeah, I have told you that shield volcanoes do not have a steep slopes. They generally have a very flat surface. Got it? Why? Because let just focus here. I am gonna tell you the difference between a composite volcano and a shield volcano. Shield volcano does consist of a very less viscous magma, but a composite volcano consists of a very high viscous magma. So the eruption from this composite volcano shows an explosion. It's kind of explosion. But in case of shield volcanoes, there is a very less viscous magma present there. Not like this, actually like this, but it's of very less density. So when when it erupts, it just flow like this, flow like a water, means not exactly as water, but with respect to this, a viscous magma of shield volcanoes is very in fluid nature, not of very viscous nature. Okay, so that's why it has a very wide base. It is a very wide base because just it flow away, flow there and there, and it spread its area very easily. But its height is very less as compared to composite volcano. So the difference between, so the main is the difference between the stratovolcano and a shield volcano. Now let's read some more things. The Mauna Loa volcano has a diameter of over 112 kilometers and forms a significant part of a Hawaii island. So this question can be asked in your examinations, like which volcano, which type of or which volcano is present in island of Hawaii. So you can easily answer that Mauna Loa volcano is present in Hawaii island. Or the question can be asked like in Hawaii island which is the shield volcanoes. So you can answer it easily, Mauna Loa volcano, and its diameter can also be asked in the examinations. Now the Mauna Kea volcano also in Hawaii. The another volcano, it's also in Hawaii, but it that is over only 10 kilometers. Oh sorry, it's over 10 kilometer high. It's only 10 kilometer high from its base below the sea level to its peak. So it's not a very much height. Now let's move to next. Here we will be going to know the reason behind its broad base, wide base, you can say a wide base, and less height. The reason is a shield volcano is built by layers of more fluid lava. More fluid lava. This is a key point here. Like in, let me show you, in composite, you can see there is a viscous lava. There is a more viscous lava. But in shield volcano, you can see there is a more fluid lava that spreads out over broad areas. Like फैलता ही जाता है इस तरह से, इस तरह से, इस तरह से. Form a volcano. Okay. Now, shield volcanoes are more common at spreading centers of or volcano hotspots in the middle of tectonic plates. Where they are present? The question is where? Where? Okay, मैंने खराब लिख दिया बहुत, so ignore it. Now, our question is where do they form? They just assume that this is a volcanic plate. This is a it's not a volcanic plate. It's a tectonic plate. Okay, it's a tectonic plate. So shield type of volcanoes is present generally at the center of the tectonic plates because here is very less pressure of fluid and very less density of magma is present. So it spreads and no, it does not cover the whole tectonic plate, but I am just showing that it spreads at now. After that, now for this reason, because it has very less viscosity, less viscous, so it flows much more easily. It flows, it does not erupt, it flows. For this reason, the eruption of shield volcanoes are non-explosive. It does not explode, it only flows. In addition, मतलब non-explosive है, like it does not explode like a composite volcano, not explodes without burst, just started flowing out from there. Okay. In addition, the less viscous lava spreads out more. less viscous lava spreads out more. Just like if you take example of a honey and water. So honey is very dense, honey is very uh, uh, viscous, so its viscosity is very high, its density is very high, so it does not flow along, means it does not flow through a long path, it just like it dropped here and spread to a like little area and then it stops. But if you pour a water, it starts flowing from here and there in different directions or to the slope. So here I am trying to tell you that it's very less dense. Now, okay, let me erase it, make it more clear for you all. Now, okay, much larger होते हैं, flatter than stratovolcanoes. Okay, although shield volcanoes are built by many layers over time, it is also built by many layers. The composition of the layers do not alternate between ash and lava. Here, there is no ash present between, I mean, no layer formed between ash and lava. Only lava is present, as they do in stratovolcanoes. Like in stratovolcanoes, like let me show you where. Okay, in stratovolcanoes we have seen that where it is present. So now here we can see ash from the volcano eruption is also present between the lava layer in stratovolcanoes. This is not shield volcano, this was a stratovolcano. In a stratovolcano you can see that ash from the volcanic eruption is also present between the layers, but in the shield volcano, layers do not alternate between ash and lava, means there is no ash present between the layers of shield volcanoes. Okay, now let's move to the next part. Cinder cones. Cinder cones, what are cinder cones? Cinder cones are kind of very small volcanoes. Like let me explain you. This is a let's assume that this is a composite volcano or a stratovolcano. Okay, this is a composite or a stratovolcano. And what are cinder cones? Cinder cones are like its subsets. Like they are small composite volcano, you can say, like small stratovolcanoes, you can say easily. Now let's read something more about it. Paraqueting erupting in 1943. Okay, now we are going to take an example of a real incident happened. A paraqueting erupting in 1943. Paraquetin was a volcano that erupted in 1943. When it first formed, cinder cones like this one rarely reach even 300 meter high. Means it rarely reaches 300 meters high. It does not have a too much height. Cinder cones are both the most common type of volcano and also the smallest. They are the smallest. This is the keyword, as well as most common type of volcano. Both are the keywords. The cinder cone resembles a composite volcano. It resembles a composite volcano. Means it is a type of a composite volcano, but on much smaller scale. Sorry. Wait a minute. But on a very smaller scale. It does not at a very high scale. Okay. So they rarely reach even 300 meters in height, but have even steeper sides than a composite volcano. So it is trying to say that if composite volcano is like this, then cinder cones will be like this. Means cinder cones have a more steeper slopes than composite volcanoes. Okay, got it. Okay, my diagrams are not so good, so ignore them. Just take the crux out of here. Okay, let me erase it. Yeah. So let's take where we are. Cinder cones are composed of small fragments of rock pulled on the top of another. Means these volcanoes usually do not produce streams of lava. Means they are the volcanoes that do not produce streams of lava. Means you can see there is smoke coming out of it, but there is no lava coming out of the cinder cones. So they does not produce lava. This is also its key points. So you should note down its key points properly. What were its key points? The first one is that it's the most common type of volcano, the smallest volcano, resembles composite volcano, and they usually have a crater at a summit. Means they also have a crater. Crater is the circular part, that open part from where the volcano erupts out. That is crater. So they usually also have a crater. Now, as well as they produce streams of lava. I mean, the volcanoes usually do not produce streams of lava. Means, as I have told you, they do not produce lava. See, there is no lava coming out of it, but they are producing smoke and other pollutants which can be harmful for our environment and climate. Now, now let's take an example. Let's take a real example, real life example of cinder cones. Okay. So in 1943, a farmer in Mexico witnessed the first eruption of a cinder cone in his field. And a farmer experienced a first kind of cinder cone. There was a cinder cone in his field. First, it was like this, and within a year, in 1 year, the cinder cone paraquetin grew to 336 meters high. Means it like first it was like here, and then in a year it grew from here to there, and it's measured 336 meters high. So by 1952, now after that in 1952, it grew to a peak of 424 meters tall. It gets more bigger, 424 meter of height it achieved. So that this was an example. This is an example of a cinder cones, where a cinder cones usually grew its height at a very high speed. You can say it at a very high speed, because generally volcanoes do not grow with this speed. Like, either if you take an example of stratovolcano, either if you take an example of shield volcanoes, it grew much higher speed. Now let me erase it. So let's read what's written. This rapid growth and single eruption cycle is characteristics of cinder cones. So rapid growth and single eruption cycle, only one eruption cycle, is the characteristic of cinder cones. Okay, so it grows with a very high speed as compared to stratovolcanoes and shield volcanoes. Cinder volcanoes grow with a very high speed. Now, for this reason, cinder cones do not reach the sizes of stratovolcanoes. This is the reason why it does not reach to the size of stratovolcanoes or shield volcanoes, because stratovolcano also have a very wide base. Shield volcano have a very wide base, but cinder cones have a very short base. Now here we had discussed about often like cinder cones, that its height is very less and all. Now, so often cinder cones appear near larger volcanoes, but they also may be found away from all the other volcanoes. Means they can also be found near large volcanoes, as well as they can also be found from away from all other volcanoes, as was the case with Paricutin. This was the same case with the Paricutin, this volcano. Now, The exact composition of a cinder cone depends on the composition of the lava ejected from the earth. Now we have we have this we had discussed that this shield cones contain a very fluid lava. Okay, it contains a very fluid kind of lava, like, and here we have discussed that stratovolcano consists of a very viscous lava, this viscous lava. But here cinder cones does not bounded with any kind of particular lava. They, in as was the case with Paricutin, the exact composition of a cinder cone depends on the composition of the lava ejected from the earth. Means जैसा भी लावा निकलेगा वैसा ही सिंडर कोन का कंपोजिशन बनता जाएगा. दैट्स इट. अगर फ्लूइड लावा निकलता है तो वो स्प्रेड होता जाएगा, अगर बहुत ज़्यादा डेंस निकलता है तो वो लेयर पे लेयर फॉर्म करता जाएगा इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज. ओके, आई होप यू ऑल आर गेटिंग माई पॉइंट्स नाउ. लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड. देयर इज अ सुपर वोल्केनोस. They are really super volcano. Like, if any super volcano burst, it will destroy every human being in this world, in earth. Okay, caldera at Santorini in Greece is so large that its circular shape can only be seen by satellite. Means that is the size of a caldera. Caldera is a volcano which is in Santorini in Greece, and it is that much large that its circular shape only can be seen by satellites. Okay, now let's move forward. In certain areas of the world, huge calderas have been found to be the remains of volcanic eruption. Means huge calderas have been found to be the remains of volcanic eruption of enormous scale. These calderas are volcanic features that are formed by the collapse of a huge amount of land due to the powerful eruptions. Means when two tectonic plates collided, like this one and this one, it formed a volcano here, and it is that big volcano. Like, if it starts eruption, then the whole world will collapse or suffer. Caldera comes from the Latin word meaning cauldron. इसका मतलब होता है cauldron. Calderas are generally circular shaped geographic formations like this picture. Okay, these are not singular mountains but entire geographical area. Means if you see a super volcanoes, you cannot see a single volcano here. It's the whole geographical area, means a big area, that is a volcano. Okay, now wait a minute. Yeah, now Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming is another caldera that has blown about 100 times in the last 16 million years. Supervolcanoes represent the most dangerous type of volcano. They are the most dangerous type of volcano. If anyone asks you which is the most dangerous type of volcano, you can say super volcano. If anyone asks you what is a yellow national park, so you can tell that yellow national park is another caldera. Caldera is a super volcano. Caldera is a super volcano which blown about 100 times in last 16 million years. An eruption from a super volcano could change life on it. Means if any super volcano erupt, it will change the whole life on earth as we know it for many years. Super volcanoes were not even accepted in volcanology until this millennium. Many super volcano eruptions are thought to have occurred. Means many super volcano eruptions had already been occurred. The most recent in New Zealand less than 2000 years ago. 2000 साल से भी कम के टाइम में न्यूजीलैंड में, मतलब 2000 साल से पहले के टाइम में न्यूजीलैंड में एक सुपर वोल्केनो इरप्ट हो चुका है. दैट एक्सप्लोजन वाज दो thought to have ejected about 100 cubic kilometers of material. 100 cubic kilometers of material. A super volcano eruption near what is now Colorado was thought to have let loose over 5,000 cubic kilometers of material millions of years ago. In comparison, Mount St. Helens eruption ejected about 1 cubic kilometer of material. Okay, now one of the most important feature I am going to discuss about supervolcanoes. Supervolcanoes eruption is so drastic that if it erupted, the ash ejected into the air blocks the sun and the lowers the temperature. Means, let me show you. This is the this is the pic of a supervolcano. When this supervolcano erupts, it forms a clouds, different clouds. Okay, too much, and it will cover the layers. It will cover the layer of the atmosphere, due to which the heat coming inside will not go outside, and the heat coming from there will not enter into the our atmosphere. So अल्टीमेटली होगा क्या कि अंदर जो पॉल्यूशन है वो अंदर ही रह जाएगा और बाहर की जो सनलाइट है वो बाहर से चली जाएगी. इससे होगा क्या कि यहाँ पे पूरा कोल्ड हो जाएगा. मीन्स पूरी कोल्ड लेयर जम जाएगी. लेट मी शो यू. या सो where was that? Yeah. So the lower temperature caused by these eruptions called volcanic winter. So जब टेम्परेचर कम हो जाता है तो उससे वोल्केनिक विंटर्स शुरू हो जाते हैं. वोल्केनिक विंटर मतलब टेम्परेचर कम हो जाता है और सन की लाइट को ये ब्लॉक कर देता है पूरी तरह से. A super volcano eruption at Lake Toba in northern Sumatra. Okay, sorry. Yeah. A supervolcano eruption at Lake Toba in northern Sumatra may have annihilated about 60% of the world's human population about 75,000 years ago. So in easy language, 75,000 साल पहले 75,000 years ago, a super volcano had erupted at Lake Toba और उससे वर्ल्ड की 60% पॉपुलेशन एनिहिलेट ख़त्म हो गई थी. ठीक है. One can only imagine how such a huge eruption would change the world in modern times. So you can imagine that what happen if the super volcano will erupt. So what effects will be happen to our world Earth. Okay. Now there is everything finished. Like this is an example. Like largest super. Wait a minute. Yeah. So, largest supervolcano in North America is the Yellowstone caldera, and 3 super eruptions that are produced yet 2.1 million, 3.1 million years ago, and 640,000 years ago, and much more recent smaller eruptions, but still an eruptions. Okay, now there is nothing left behind. However, okay. सो फाइनली हम लोग आते हैं लेसन की समरी पे. एज मतलब मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया, एक्चुअली बीच में वीडियो कट हो गई थी. सो नाउ सुपर वोल्केनोज आर ट्रेमेंडसली डिवास्टेटिंग टाइप्स ऑफ वोल्केनोज दैट कुड डिस्ट्रॉय लार्ज एरियाज व्हेन दे इरप्ट. तो मतलब ऐसा मैंने अभी बताया कि सुपर वोल्केनोज जो होते हैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा डिवास्टेटिंग टाइप के वोल्केनोज होते हैं और ये जो है काफ़ी लार्ज एरिया को काफ़ी बुरी तरह से इफेक्ट करते हैं. A caldera forms when an explosive eruption leaves a large crater when the mountain blows apart. मतलब कोई बहुत बड़ा सा माउंटेन है और इसके अंदर कोई एक्सप्लोजन होता है, लाइक लावा एरप्ट होता है, मतलब मैग्मा एरप्ट होता है, और वो यहाँ से जब एक्सप्लोड होता है और यहाँ पे एक बड़ा सा क्रेटर बना देता है, दैट इज नोन एज कैल्डेरा। ऐसे वोल्केनोस को कैल्डेरा बोलते हैं। सिंडर कोन्स के बारे में बता ही दिया। स्मॉलेस्ट वोल्केनिक लैंडफॉर्म, accumulation of many small fragments of ejected material, मतलब छोटे छोटे इजेक्टेड मटेरियल्स मिल जाते हैं और बना देते हैं। शील्ड वोल्केनोस बता दिया, काफ़ी बड़े होते हैं, जेंटल स्लोप होता है और वाइड बेस होता है, और कंपोजिट के बारे में भी बता दिया। बाकी इस चैप्टर में हम लोगों ने सिर्फ 5 पॉइंट्स पढ़े, थोड़ा सा डिटेल्ड तरीके से कि आपके दिमाग में इजीली सारी चीज़ें चली जाए। ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच। और वीडियो जैसा भी लगा प्लीज़ कमेंट एंड शेयर कर देना। ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच।